Hi, my name's Nick Moir. I'm the Chief Photographer with the Sydney Morning Herald. For the past month, myself, Brooke Mitchell and Rhett Wyman have been covering the floods and storms in Western New South Wales. The last few weeks, we've seen storm system after storm system just bring more and more water into already sodden Western New South Wales. The Lachlan, Macquarie, Murrumbidgee and Murray have all got multiple flood pulses moving down them. And now in the last week we've seen just extreme record-breaking rains in some of these areas that during the drought they saw record drought. So areas that look like desert are now look like oceans. From the incredible water releases at Wyangla, which the sound and fury of that water exploding out sounds like a steam train or a tsunami. It truly is an inland tsunami. Even just getting around to get access to some of these areas is extremely difficult. Where you can spend hours just trying to get a few kilometres by having to find different routes that aren't dangerous. The daily life of working in a flood zone is really difficult and arduous. Just things like gastro, insect bites that get infected because the water's full of sewage, dehydration, sunburn. These are all things you've just got to constantly think about, because when you're in the moment, you suddenly can, end up in a predicament where you become, a casualty, and that's not going to help anybody out there. A couple of weeks ago, as the last major flood peak went through Forbes, it was like, in some ways, preparing for an invasion. Helicopters were landing and lifting up supplies to outlying farms, or people were grabbing sandbags and helping load them up. In and out, hundreds of utes to take sandbags, and then suddenly, bang, nobody could get anywhere, and the area was cut off. That's actually been the story of Forbes and the towns around Forbes for about a year or so now. It's just been major flood after major flood, and the last month has just been epic. After Forbes, it moves on to Condobolin, Hillston, Hay. You keep going all the way down the river. And we're not just talking about one river. We've got all of the river systems in Western New South Wales have got flood peaks at multiple spots. And there would be farmers in some of these remote stations, I would guess, that haven't been able to get out of their property for weeks, if not months. In a lot of ways, floods are similar to fires. You have to prepare by knowing how to get in, but also how to get out. So we'll go with water, with food, so we're completely self-sufficient. Charging up in the vehicle, having a swag, so you can operate completely independently and don't have to be a problem for either the emergency services or the people who are suffering at the time. You need to be there to add and help them through telling their stories, not become a burden to them.